Let us begin with a auspicious the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्योदेशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन टू रेज योर हैंड्स हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओं तत्सत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. Thank you once again for joining and for your valuable association. So we are discussing the Bhagavad Gita. Let me bring up my screen. We are here in the 62nd verse, sorry, 64th verse of Bhagavad Gita's second chapter. Hare Krishna, Param Prabhu. Thank you for your association.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna. This is, as we continue our journey into Bhagavad Gita, this is a very nice verse actually. रागद्वेष विमुक्तैस्तु विषयन् इन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादम अधिगच्छति. In the previous last session, we went into some foundational topics actually, which are very important to understand Bhagavad Gita. But prior to that, we were talking about how if one is if someone contemplates on sense objects, then in that case, how slowly, through that contemplation, how their mind gets absorbed in that. And when their mind gets absorbed, how um, the person, when they do not get the sense object, they develop anger And through that anger, like, okay, they lose their memory, they lose their intelligence, and ultimately what happens? They end up doing something which is more animalistic in nature. So anger is something very, very dangerous, and anger has severe consequences. But Krishna is telling who can who can actually come out of this, and who is able to con- get the complete mercy of the Lord. So Krishna is saying here, but a person free from all attachment and aversion. Aversion means hatred. Rag means attachment, and dvesh means it is hatred. And one who is able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Okay. So here there are few important things Krishna is saying here. I want to ask one question, okay? When we have hatred, right? When we have hatred towards someone, then why is hatred bad? Can anyone say? We hate someone, let's say, right? We have, let me first ask this. Do we have any characters in life whom we hate? No matter who we are. Okay, there'll be one character in our life that will be a negative character. Krishna sends also. Okay, so when we have this hatred, what is the result of the hatred? Are we able to remain peaceful when we are hateful to someone? We are not able to remain peaceful, right? Like, let's say someone hurt us, okay, and we develop that hatred. Oh, this person like, is always like, okay, takes away my nerves. So what happens as a result of that? We are constantly thinking in our mind. We may be chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare, why did that person say like that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare, why did that person do that? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Ram. Mind is completely absorbed there only. Mind is not on Krishna. Okay, so is this relatable? Anyone wants to share? Relate? Yeah. So
Yes, Prabhuji, completely relatable.
completely,
I can
right?
assure.
Right? So because the mind has, because
Yes, and one thing, Prabhuji,
yes, please go ahead. Parampara.
I think there is a lag. There is a lag. That's why my voice is coming a bit late. So what I was saying that uh, with the hatred and anger in the mind for that person or persons, we can't even see the good things that they do at times with good intentions. But yeah, so it basically blocks our mind completely.
Excellent point, actually. So whenever we have hatred, we become so much, our perception towards the personality changes so much that we get completely blocked. And many times, like, okay, you might see that because of this hatred, sometimes what happens, because of our black mind, we may perceive something which, and we might say something in our, while we are perceiving, and we may ultimately through that discussion, it may come out like that was not even the intent actually. There was a holy intent, and like we you ended up doing uh, something very wrong. So that is why Krishna is giving us the formula. What is the formula? A person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses. Three things Krishna said. Through, how will he control his senses? Through regulative principles of freedom. That person can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Okay, mercy has been used this word. See, prasadam. This is the word for mercy. Remember, like in our earlier sessions, we said this, that when we offer bhoga to the Lord, we go and give bhoga to the Lord, and what do we get back? We get prasad, and prasad means mercy. So let's take an example. Kamsa. Kamsa. was developed so much hatred towards Krishna, he was always thinking of Krishna. Actually, Srila Narad Muni, who is a great devotee of the Lord, he says that Kamsa was thinking more of Krishna than me. But the difference is that Kamsa was not thinking it in a favorable way. He was not thinking of Krishna in devotion. He was thinking Krishna in terms of hatred. But his mind was completely filled with this. Many times, see, in attachment, you might see that, okay, if we are attached to eating a certain dish, right? Ice cream, okay, we may eat that, we may continue to, since we like it, okay, even though like, okay, we are not supposed to have it, sometimes we may end up having that food like, okay, which our health may not permit that that situation also we may, but if we see that next to us, we may end up having it. Like I will tell you like, okay, I am very sweet tooth. So I like sweets, and so sometimes like this so much prasad will come from the temple, and then like if that is near to me, then it's a danger for me. So that is why I try to make sure that okay, that is not next to me. So some people have hatred towards type of people. It could be the color of the person. It could be the religion of the person. It could be um, like sometimes people say, okay, we hate immigrants, or it could be um, there are so many such examples. But if we want to make spiritual progress, then we should come out of this situation where we are we are hateful. And the first thing Srila Prabhupada says here in the purport is that we have to control our senses. With what? Through the regulative principles of freedom. Now, let me ask Amit Prabhu, what are the regulative principles?
The probability principle,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, and um,
no meat eating, no gambling,
no
no illicit
meeting.
sex, and no intoxication, right?
Intention.
So these are the four things. But I want to ask you all one thing. Why do you think that these regulative principles are called regulative principles of freedom? Someone may say, okay, oh, these are like, okay, oh, no meat eating. I have to give this up. This is like taking away my freedom. But why are these called as regulative principles of freedom? So let me give an example. If we are on the road and if we are driving, then if we are on a we are in a car, the car has got brakes, right? So with the brake, can we drive in more speed, or without the brake we can drive in more speed?
With breaks.
With
With
Prabhuji.
with brakes, right? If we do not have brakes, then in that case, we will not be able to drive in speed. Similarly, if we are, let's say, how many of you have tried to fly the kite? If we fly the kite, right, we have like, okay, the thread in our hands, right? We are holding the thread. Now the kite can go higher and higher up. Just cut the thread, let it be free. What will happen? It will come down, right? The kite will, if for it to go up, it has to be controlled from somewhere, and that is the regulative principles. By that regulative principles, they are actually able to go higher up, and that is how for the car also with the brakes, it is able to be maneuvered in a way where you're able to drive faster. because you know that you are confident that okay, the brake is there. But if the brake is not there, it is okay, very dangerous. That is why Srila Prabhupada first says that okay, first thing that we have to do is we have to control our senses through these regulative principles. It starts with the tongue. Sevon mukhe jivadho. That means we should use our tongue. The tongue is the most important tool. When we want to get the mercy of the Lord, the tongue is the most important. That is, we should take Krishna Prasad, we should offer Bhoga to the Lord and we should accept it, and we should chant Krishna's name through this. When we are doing this, right, chanting Krishna's name and having Krishna Prasad, through this, what happens is it is a very simple process, but through this process, slowly our purification starts. And when we are able to when we get purified, right, we start having a loving relationship with the Lord. We should hear, we should chant, we should take Krishna Prasad. Through hearing, what happens? Our faith develops. Hearing from the right sources, our faith develops. One who has faith, like Srila Prabhupada, they can bestow that faith. Okay. If one is a millionaire, how much can it give maximum? He can give maximum million. But if one has $10, what can he give? Maximum is $10 only. That person cannot give million. So that is how it is. So if a person, it is said, it is already explained that one may externally control the senses by some artificial process, but unless the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, there is every chance of fall. So let's move to the next next one. Okay, I did mention about one of the things that is sometimes okay, people are very, they have this tendency to be very biased towards people of other community, right? Look at it with hatred. It could be with other color, other caste, other states in India sometimes, right? We have so much racist as such. So mm, where there is this is called dvesh, but some Krishna is very naughty. What he will do is he will put us with someone we may not gel well. And in that situation, it's a test for us in every moment how we are able to keep Lord in the center, how we are able to uh, understand the role of Lord, how we can see everyone, a Lord in everyone, and everything as Lord's arrangement, so that we're able to come. And that only can happen when we have that sense of surrender and we really want to progress in spiritual life through proper guidance. So here there is a very important statement Prabhupada makes. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. Therefore, he is transcendental. That means, therefore, he is above all the attachment and detachment. So, but one who is not in that position, then that person, like we have to understand that okay, we we have a journey to go before we get there. It will not happen overnight. When we start our journey by chanting, by taking Krishna Prasad, by hearing regularly, what will happen is slowly and steadily our heart will get purified. So, with this, I want to cover another verse, but I want to take a pause here and I want to tell you all a beautiful pastime, a pastime that has really that is very relevant in this context. Um, so, from our acharyas, there is one of the acharyas. His name is Shamananda Prabhu, and Shamananda Prabhu um, was, if you We'll discuss about this in detail. But Shamananda Prabhu, Shamananda Prabhu, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, and Srila Srinivas Acharya, they are three very tightly bonded friends. So this Shamananda Prabhu had a disciple, and his name was Rasikananda Thakur. He was also called as Rasikananda Prabhu. He was a great devotee and a very wonderful preacher. So once Shamananda Prabhu, he instructed him that Rasikananda Prabhu, you go out and give the message of chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra to everyone. So this is what Shri Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to the world. So we should give this to everyone. So so he took that instruction, and one time when both of them were sitting together, then some of their disciples came and they said, like, okay, you know what? We are from that neighboring kingdom, and the king there is a mlecha. He's a terrible demon. He hates Hindus. You know what? What to say about Hindus? He hates actually everyone, and he has this terrible thing. He has a terrible regulation. Like, okay, you know, he's so violent that every day he personally, with his own hands, he kills one or two people. And if he doesn't kill anyone, he is not satisfied. He can't even sleep at night. Think about such people. It is like some people, okay, there are there in this world, okay, who want to gamble every day. Unless they gamble, they can't sleep. Like, okay, unless someone smokes, they cannot sleep. But this person has this thing, like he wants to murder people. So he was making everyone's life very, very miserable. And then, so Shri Rasikanand Thakur Prabhu, he said that, okay, I will go to that kingdom. So Shamananda Prabhu, his Guru Maharaj, he said, yes, you go there. Um, then he went, and when he went to that kingdom, but he did not go into the king's palace yet. He went there. There was a devotee. This is real pastime that happened around um, around 450 to 500 years back. So this devotee, what it is, he stayed outside the kingdom at a devotee's place, and that devotee's name was Vaidyanath. And so the news spread everyone that this great devotee Rasikanand Thakur has come. So thousands of people gathered there, and when they gathered there, our Srila Rasikanand Thakur Prabhu, he was doing Harikatha. And what would he give message in this Harikatha? It was very, very simple Harikatha. He would tell everyone that everyone should purify your heart, and to purify this heart, just chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Chant, dance, hear the topics of Krishna, and loudly chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So people there, they were becoming fearlessly, they were chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they were dancing, they were discussing beautiful topics of Krishna all the time. So, but when this king heard about this, he became very, very angry, and he said, who is this nonsense person? And and the um, and his followers, like, okay, and all the neighboring kings, they understood. They told he's a very great Paramahansa saint. He's always like deeply absorbed in Krishna. So, but see, like he is he's not at that platform. So he said, like, I mean, don't go with all that. Like, okay, he's just a hypocrite. He's a cheater, and like, okay, I know what kind of person he is. He's just like a magician with some kind of a power. He's trying to brainwash people and to control their mind. I will, I will teach him a lesson. He's just a faker. Let me try to see. He wants to control their mind, steal their property, steal their money. So he just gives this all mantras, and he's doing this. So the king said, this king was very dangerous. So he said, like, okay, um, he said, call this Rasikanand Thakur. Like, okay, I want to see him. So all this, the people, messengers went and told, like, okay, you go, our king is calling you. And his, whoever used to come to his place to hear Harikatha, they said, please don't go there. He's a very bad man. He may torture you, he may kill you. So he could do anything to you. He's just very violent. Like, please don't go. You are a, we need you actually. You are a great Vaishnava. But Srila Rasikanand Thakur said, like, no, 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 no. If he's inviting me, I have to go and see him. Um, so what this king did, he had an elephant, a very dangerous elephant. He was he was very strong, was very huge, and he would terrorize the entire kingdom actually. So this elephant, like whenever he is out, left out in the open, he will come and he will uproot all the trees, he will destroy houses and run around. So like many people would get killed there. And he was like so mad, he would kill the horses, he would kill cows, like basically anything that came in his way. So the king planned that, okay, when this Rasikanand Thakur comes, right, like, okay, I will send this elephant. Now, if he is really that kind of a person, right, let him make sure that, okay, this elephant is also changed. He is also like from mad, let him become nice. What kind of this was the king's thought actually. So Srila Rasikanand's followers, when they heard about this, they saw that this is a mad elephant. Please, Prabhu, please go away from there. Please don't come to this. This king is like, he's gone crazy. So Rasikanand Prabhu said, like, okay, no worries, I will go there. And when Rasikanand Prabhu, he came into the king's outside the palace, the elephant was there. He would just loudly would just roar, and with his roaring, like, okay, everyone's hearts would be shattered, and like, okay, he was just running around, like, okay, killing all that he was coming on the way. But Rasikanan, what he did is, he started walking towards him. He was walking completely into this elephant actually. It was such a terrible thing. Uh, and as he was walking towards this elephant, uh, the elephant just looked at him with his red eyes. He saw that this person is coming. This elephant is completely mad, like, okay. So they walked. As he was walking, the elephant with his madness, like, okay, thought, like, okay, let me run towards this Rasikanand, and he started running towards this Rasikanand Prabhu. As and the king was also right there actually. He was watching it from a top level distance actually, so he could see what was happening. So as the elephant started running, went and he's just stopped right next to this Rasikanand Thakur. And as the elephant stopped right in front of him, Rasikanand Thakurji, he looked into the elephant's eyes, and the king was seeing what was happening. So Rasikanand told this elephant that, why are you doing all these bad things? Why are you causing so much harm to these innocent people? You should chant the holy names of Krishna. You are an eternal spirit soul. You are part of Krishna. Krishna is your mother. Krishna is your father. Krishna is your real friend. Krishna is your life and soul. You should always remember Krishna. You should constantly try to chant the names of Krishna. So, as he started saying this, right, and Rasikanand Thakur told him that, okay, you should try to be a servant of the devotees of Krishna. In this way, you will yourself get real peace in your heart, and you will be totally happy. Krishna will forgive you for all the offenses that you have made. Just chant the holy name and serve the devotees. And when the elephant heard this, right, the elephant began to think that, everything that this person is saying, is, according to the Shastras, it is true. And the elephant's heart melted. The elephant bowed down and he placed his head at Rasikanan's feet. And then Rasikanan put his one hand on the elephant's head, and with the other hand he lifted the elephant's ear, his right ear. And from his mouth, near the elephant's right ear, he said, "From now on, you chant these 16 letters of this Mahamantra." And he gave the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he uttered this. And when the elephant heard the Mahamantra, he jumped up and then he came down. This elephant started offering obeisances again and again at the lotus feet of Rasikanand. He had just received his Diksha, his Harinam Diksha. And Rasikanand Thakur, Srila Rasikanand Thakur, he said, "From today onwards, your name will be Sri Gopal Das." And upon receiving this spiritual name and the Mahamantra, the elephant began to weep tears that he has been given this so much mercy. So there was all complete tears coming out of his ears, and he fell down. He began to bathe the lotus feet of Rasikanan Thakur with his profusely falling tears, and he was thinking like, okay, oh, I am such a sinful person, sinful elephant. Like I have caused so much suffering. He bowed down like, okay, at the lotus feet of Rasikanan Thakur. He started doing parikrama of Rasikanan Thakur. Then he bowed again and again. He couldn't give up the association of this Rasikanan Thakur. And Rasikanan Thakur told him that from now onwards, you should serve the Vaishnavas. Always chant the holy name. And you should go to the holy places, worship Krishna, and serve his devotees. So that elephant didn't want to give up that association. But then, with finally with tears of love, like, okay, he had to bid Rasikanand Thakur goodbye. And now, this instead of being like that deadly elephant that this elephant used to be, this elephant started becoming like following the rule of Trinadapi Sunichena, Taroropi says no, lower than, more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, and he would respect everyone, and he would not expect anything in return. Like he became a Paramahansa. He was a great devotee. When the king saw this, like okay, that this much transformation happened to that mad elephant, he came down and fell at the feet of Rasikanand Thakur. He told that I have been so much offending you. I am a mlecha. I have been insulting you. I have been making all terrible accusations against you. I wanted to kill you. Oh, Rasikanan Thakur, please forgive me. I am such sinful. I surrender unto you. And the king said, like, okay, king, when he said all these things, then Rasikanan Thakur said that, okay, don't worry. I came to this kingdom only to give you shelter. I came to give you Harinam. That is my only business for coming, to get you to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But on my way, I saw this elephant also, and this elephant was attacking me. But I should tell you one thing. And he told one very, very beautiful thing. Why should I fear anything when I am serving Krishna? Why should there be any fear for you or for the elephant? If I am know, if I know for sure that I am doing this service for Krishna, then there is no fear. If a person is serving Krishna, whether he lives, he dies, what does it matter? If you are in the service of the Krishna and you die, you go back home, back to Godhead. It's is that such a bad thing? It is such a wonderful thing. And if Krishna wants to protect you, then who can harm you? Rakhe Krishna mare ke. Then he said that okay, when I meditate on Krishna and chant his holy name, I become fearless because I have Krishna with me. And please understand that the entire cosmic manifestation, the entire creation is created by Krishna. So we heard how Lord Brahma came from the navel of Vishnu, right? Lord Vishnu. And Lord Brahma is a secondary creator. But see, Lord Brahma, he also gets these guidance on how he will create from Lord Vishnu. And the Brahma in our universe has four heads, but there are Brahmas with one head, two head, eight heads, 16 head, thousands of heads, like, okay, ten thousands of heads, hundred thousands of heads, and millions of heads. But they are all being protected and empowered by Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, because he's in everyone's heart. And Rasikanand Thakur told that, okay, I was confident he's in elephant's heart also. So if I have faith in Krishna, why should I be afraid of the elephant? So this is such a, and then this king, like when he heard from Rasikanand Thakur, such a pure devotee, his heart changed and he started chanting the holy name. And that elephant, he became such a great devotee. He would, when he would see a devotee in the forest, he would go to serve that devotee. Anyone who is picking up anything from forest, like let's say rice, grains, if they are given to the, if they, if the devotee needs help, he will go ahead and he will get that wherever they need it. If any devotee is lost somewhere, he would put him on his back and he will bring it. If if they have to get logs of wood, he would get it from the jungle. So he became just a menial, humble servant actually. He would go begging, bring other people food, like, okay. So, and he would serve the devotees in any way and every way. So what, that is the kind of transformation how Srila Rasikanand Thakur, he brought in an in a mad elephant and in a mlecha king, like, who was so violent. Their lives got transformed and they became completely purified. That Srila Rasikanand Thakur's, like, okay, as I was trying to read this one, like, okay, how we should be free from the hatred and the attachment, like, okay, how we should be actually attached to Krishna, like, okay, in this particular verse, it reminded me of Srila Rasikanand Thakur, because just last week itself, like, okay, it was his disappearance day. Um, no, not even last week. It was on the 17th. This week itself, like, on Tuesday, it was Srila Rasikanand Thakur's disappearance day. And what could be better than glorifying such a great Vaishnav? So, um, so that is how, like, okay, we can understand from this, like, okay, that in no time we should be broken or dejected or frustrated with whatever situation we are in, because every situation Krishna puts us, like, okay, in a understanding. I was reading from the last verse, the purport of the last verse of Bhagavad Gita today. I have mentioned this again and again, but I want to still once again bring that up, like, okay, in the last verse of the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives the peace formula. I want to ask, how many of us are looking for peace?
Everyone,
Right, everyone. The peace formula,
everyone.
right? The peace formula is very, very simple. Krishna says if one person understands these three things, this is the peace formula. First is to understand that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Now, this is a very, very, one is to understand theoretically that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, but everything is meant for the enjoyment of Krishna. So we are also meant for giving enjoyment, happiness to Krishna. when our lives are transformed in a way that we can give Krishna happiness. So how can we give happiness? When we, like, just like this, when we come together, we are hearing about Krishna's katha, right? We are hearing Krishna Hari Katha, Krishna Katha. So this gives pleasure to Krishna. This is, we are doing this for the pleasure of Krishna. When we come and when we chant together, when we chant, when we when we are doing Hari Kirtan, that gives immense pleasure to Krishna. Then thirdly, like, okay, when we offer something to Krishna, how do we build relationship with someone? If someone came to our home, if someone came to our home, we say, oh, you have come, sit, okay, we talk everything, okay, thank you, bye. No, there was one important component there. We offer them something, right? Right? We offer them some food. So when we are regularly offering some food to Krishna, that, okay, Krishna, it it could be the simplest food, and just by offering the most simplest of the offering, we could please Krishna. You know, the the simple heart melting thing is like, okay, Duryodhan invited Krishna, and now Duryodhana had a tactics, like, okay, he thought, like, okay, Shalya, he was actually this their relatives, but I could somehow or other get him to my team, because, like, okay, somehow he did not know where he was going. We captured, we got him, we fed him nicely, and now he got obliged, and then he is now in our camp. Let us feed Krishna nicely, somehow or other change his heart, so that he also comes into our camp. So Duryodhan invited Krishna, but and he prepared chappan bhog for Krishna. All this chappan bhog was ready, and all the musicians were ready. Krishna was came with his chariot, and when Krishna got down of the chariot, all the trumpets and all these other musicians, they started playing. Duryodhan is happy inside that, yes, now that Krishna comes, like, okay, he is in our camp. And what, Krishna did not even look there, and he started walking in the other direction, like, okay. He got down from the chariot and went other ways, and he went to Vidur's home. Vidur was not even at home. Vidurani was at home, and Vidurani got surprised because they lived such a simple life. Vidurani was like, oh, she was so shocked seeing Krishna at their home. She was not even expecting Krishna there. She was like, okay, oh, what do you do? What do you do? And she did not, she forgot to offer, in that astonishment, like, she forgot to offer him a seat also. Then she said, okay, what can I offer Krishna? Oh, and then she got some bananas. But in the excitement, right? Okay, how can I give only bananas to Krishna? But I have nothing else. Okay, let me give this. And she started peeling the bananas, and she started giving the peels to the Krishna and throwing the actual banana. Okay, and when Krishna got the peels, Krishna was eating the peels, because she was constantly giving peel after peel, and Krishna is eating the peel, because Krishna is Bhavagrai Janardhan. He accepts the bhav, the love. It is not what we offer, it is the intent with which it is offered. That is Krishna. Because Krishna, think about it, the Supreme Lord, He who is actually orchestrating everything. Like, He's saying, मैं मयाध्यक्ष न कौनतेय, मैं अध्यक्ष. Okay, so under my adhyaksha, this suyate sacharachara, every living and every moving and non-moving entities that are there are all working under my direction. That Krishna, when he went, when Sudama went to meet Krishna in Dwarka, when he went to see Krishna, just because they both studied together, he took Krishna, Sudama on his shoulders, and he took him there, put him on the royal throne, and he started washing Sudama's lotus feet. Oh, Sudama, you have come. And Sudama is like so terribly embarrassed. Oh, what is Krishna doing? He is the Supreme Lord. He is washing my lotus, washing my feet. And when Krishna started doing this, like, okay, Sudama was, he did not know, but Krishna wanted to offer his throne to him. He is a Brahmin. He has come there. Like, okay, he is such a great devotee. He has come. So Krishna puts his devotee above him, actually. And when he's washing his feet, at that time, like, okay, he Sudama was speechlessly. Okay, he did not know. Sudama went there because his wife told him that, okay, we are in such poverty. You always told me that, okay, your friend is there, Krishna. Uh, he's he's such a great king and he's the supreme lord. Why don't you go and see him? And Sudama also did not want to go like that, but since his wife insisted, then he said, okay, fine, I'll go. And while going, his wife said, okay, see, we are so poor. What can we offer Krishna? But you know what? Like, I went to the nearby houses and I begged for something, and they gave him chipped rice, chiuda. Okay, now this chiuda or chipped rice is the cheapest thing available. Okay, which people generally give it to beggars. Okay, so that is why when Sudama's wife went, like, okay, this was given. So Sudama, what he did is like, anyway, he was a poor guy, so okay, he put it in his gamcha, in his and tied it in his waist, and he took it. And when he went there, at that time, like, okay, when Krishna, um, when he sat, like, okay, for the prasad, like after washing his feet, he was fed, like, okay, with actual chappan book. So many things, items were coming and coming, and Sudama was having a nice meal, and Krishna was fanning him as he was having. And as this was happening, Sudama was feeling in his heart, he was feeling, oh Krishna, like what are you doing like this? And you are, where are you picking me, Krishna? I do not deserve any of these things. And then Krishna, then because he is sitting as Paramatma in everyone's heart, Krishna knows what is going on in our heart. Krishna knows what is going on in the mosquito's heart, and Krishna knows what desire we will get several hundred lifetimes from now. He exactly knows what is happening. So Krishna says, Sudama, you did not bring any gift for me. No. Didn't you bring something for me? And Sudama was about to say no, but before that, he said just he was now he was thinking, okay, that how can I offer? Now I'm eating chapman bhog. I cannot give him the begged chuda from this. But Krishna, what he did is he put his hand in that gamcha and he pulled it out, and then Krishna, okay, he started taking that raw chuda from and he started eating it. He took one he took one whole mutti, then he took the second handful, and then he was about to eat the third handful, and then Rukmini Devi came and he held. I think it was Satyabhama. Satyabhama came and like held. Um, no, I'm sorry. It was Shri Rukmini Devi. Rukmini was there as a queen. She came and she held as a goddess of fortune. She said, "Okay, already Krishna, you have eaten two handfuls. If you eat the third handful, like by eating two handfuls, you have given everything to Sudama." So and and Krishna, when when S- when Sudama had this kind of treatment, right? He never remembered also that he came to ask for something. When he was going back, he was relishingly, okay. Oh, this Krishna, like, okay, what kind of treatment did he give me? I don't deserve any of these things. Think in our own lives. Okay, what was I mean, I constantly think about it. Okay, like we, we don't deserve anything, but Krishna is so much giving. He's constantly giving, constantly giving, constantly giving. Sudama started to think about this. Like, okay, oh Krishna, you gave me so much. I did not deserve any of these things. And then as his home started approaching, he remembered that, okay, oh, I had gone for this, but how can I ask this to Krishna? I could have never asked this to Krishna because Krishna has has given everything to me. How can I actually tell something to Krishna? I don't need anything. Whatever he has given me, that itself is so much, so incredible. The love that Krishna gave me, I did not deserve it. And when Sudama kept walking, as he reached his own town, he could not recognize, where have I come? This is where it looked like I was coming to my house, but this I see some palaces here. Because in the meantime, like, okay, He thought, okay, maybe I'm come to the wrong place. Suddenly he saw, like, okay, his children running out from this palace and coming towards him. And then, like, okay, he sees that, okay, there is a queen like Apsara, like, who is running. That is his wife. In those divine clothes, she's coming, like, okay. And Sudama is thinking, how is it, like, okay? And then his wife comes and tells, like, you were gone. See, like, okay, our home, Krishna gave us this palace now. Our home became palace. Okay, not just our homes. Our relatives' homes also became palaces. Okay, everyone that we knew, they are now all in palaces. We were all, like, okay, beggars earlier. Now we all became so rich. And Sudama was thinking, like, okay, oh Krishna, you gave me so much. And you know what Krishna was thinking? Krishna was thinking that, okay, oh Sudama, I could not give you enough because you gave me what you have, but I could not give you all that I have. So, this is the mood of Krishna and his devotees. When Arjun came to fight the battle, Krishna became his chariot driver. Chariot driver. In a modern world, what is it? Driver. Sarathi is a driver. When we go to some place, the driver is like we hire and we say, "Ah, okay, you just wait there. I'll be there after some time." It is their duty to wait. It's a very menial position. But Krishna took that menial position. That is such a high state to understand where what is Krishna's love for his devotees. And what is the devotee's love for Krishna? The devotee is willing to offer his love to Krishna to his greatest extent. And there is always a competition between who can offer more love. Will the devotee will or will the Krishna will? Krishna, Krishna, devotee wants to offer more and Krishna doesn't want to take. Oh, I want to give more. No, no, devotee says I'll give more. Krishna says I'll give more. And there's always this tussle going on between the love of the Lord and his devotee. Constant tussle. So when one enters into this mood, then in that case, when one sees Krishna's hand in every situation like this, then that person starts absorbing in Krishna. And when one absorbs oneself in Krishna, then what happens is they're able to see the best in everything around them and bring about the best in everyone and everything around them. Just to give you an example, because everyone around us are just like we are part and parcel of Krishna, similarly, everyone around us are also part and parcel of Krishna. Some may know it, some may not know it, but that doesn't change the fact that they're part and parcel of Krishna. So it is our duty to serve those who are part of our family, understanding that Krishna has given us this family. We should try to serve others if it is in our capacity. If Krishna has given us that capacity to serve others, we should serve them. And we should try to seek the association of devotees who can uplift us, uplift our consciousness. We should try to get the association of Srila Prabhupada. He is such a pure devotee, such a Mahabhagavat. Through the books, through by hearing, when we hear constantly or we read Srila Prabhupada books, it will give us so much divine empowerment. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we will all become dear to Krishna. We just have to do something very simple, okay? Basically, set up some time, like, okay, depending on our time availability. Maybe if we think 5 minutes, 10 minutes we can read, we do that. Okay, it need not be like a something like an inconceivable start. We start small, and then we are able to remain consistent is the more important thing. And then we come together and chant the holy name. When we chant, what happens is this starts purification of our heart. One other thing, one realization that I had recently, or I would say, like, okay, that I heard, and I personally felt that this was a good thing, is I want to ask one question before that. That is, does any of us know that how much time we have in this life? No, right? What do you think? Um, so in that case, the best thing is we should think like when we get up in the morning, we should first of all pray to Krishna that Krishna, I'm very grateful you have given me this day. And we should consider that, okay, if this is the last day of my life, how will I execute my life? So when someone is in the last day of the life, right? At that point of time, they will not be harsh to others. They will try to give their best to in every situation. In every interaction, they want to give their best because they think that, okay, if this is the last interaction, I want to just give the best and go. And if it is the last day, we also try to capitalize that, okay, let me try to absorb myself to hear about Krishna, to chant about Krishna with whatever my capacity is. And oh Krishna, I may have missed this for billions of lifetimes, but in this lifetime, now that I'm getting this chance, I want to do this today, considering I want to chant every name, every mantra of yours with attention. It is this is that way we are trying to be sincere. And then like when whole day goes, we evaluate at the end of the day that how did I do today, where are the things that I went wrong. And when we go to sleep, then we beg Krishna for the forgiveness for all the wrong things that we have done, if we have done anything, if we perceive something that we may have done wrong, or let's say unknowingly also someone may get hurt. So when we seek forgiveness to Krishna and say that, okay, Krishna, thank you very much for giving me this wonderful day. I don't know if I will get tomorrow's day, but I am very, very grateful to you. And then we go to sleep. And then when we get the next day, we again start the same thing. And every day we monitor ourselves. How are we doing? And what will happen is, if we try this practice, and along with that, if we are chanting the Mahamantra, what will happen is there is purification happening, and we are trying to give our best. There is purification happening, we are trying to give our best. If we are not chanting, then what will happen is, even though we think it is the last day, but at the moment, what will happen is like, okay, our old nature may come out. Our old nature may still come out, even if we are chanting, because it will be a gradual change. It will not be an immediate change. And as we continue to do that, as we try to take it, we try to take every moment sincerely, that, okay, how am I trying to absorb myself with Krishna? Try to remember Krishna at all times. If we, it may, this, whatever I am saying, may seem like it may be a very simple thing, or it may be something very big. It is something very, very simple principle. It could start with, in a day, we may be able to remember Krishna for only 30 minutes. That's fine. We have to start somewhere. But then, like, okay, if we continue this practice, we will have a daily transformation into a higher perspective. We will become very peaceful at heart. We will become very happy and joyful in heart. And the other thing is what I said earlier, one who has $1 million can give up to $1 million. Similarly, one who has happiness within can give happiness to others. Some people you might see, like, okay, they say, okay, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. Don't do that. But, but in the translation of being happy, it will be like they may not look like being happy. So, but if in our day-to-day interactions, like, okay, we have to um, do our best. That is, that's all we can do, and we should constantly take shelter if we're getting angry, if we are behaving in ways that we are not supposed to, or if we really want to react at that time, we should really take shelter of Krishna. Krishna, please protect me. I really don't want to react like that. And we should constantly pray, and we should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Krishna, be, I don't want to bring the worst in me. So please protect me. I am not able to control myself, but please protect me. And then saying this, we should take shelter of Krishna, chanting the holy name. I really want to take shelter. I really want to get purified, whether happy times or whether not so happy times. When we take shelter of Krishna, then we get purified. That is the essence of what it is saying in this particular verse, that by, if we are having attachment, or if we have hatred, and if we don't have this sense control, then through this, like, okay, um, if we are free from all these three things, through the regulative principles of freedom, then we can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. I want to ask you one thing. I mean, this is needless to ask, like, okay, how many of us really need the complete mercy of the Lord?
Everybody.
Everyone needs it. Everyone, because when we actually experience the complete mercy of the Lord, I mean, we will have no regrets in any situation. We will be completely fearless in our struggle, no matter whatever our situation is. No matter whatever our situation is, nothing will actually will make us um, nervous or confused. I'll give you one simple example. See, in when Arjun was going to fight the battle, he was given this option: you want myself, or you want this 900,000 soldiers who have never lost a battle? Arjun said, Krishna, I want you only. I will not even fight. No, no, I want you only. And Duryodhan was super happy because he wanted that 900,000 soldiers. These 900,000 soldiers represent all our materialistic desires, everything in the world that we want. And on the other side is Krishna. Who won the war? Arjun.
Arjun.
Arjun won the war. And there was another beauty to it. The beauty is the soldiers of Kauravas were almost two times the soldiers of the Pandavas. They were twice the number, twice in number. They had the greatest soldiers because Pandavas had, like, okay, they Kauravas had already planned for this battle. They had already got all the best of the warriors on their side, but Pandavas had Krishna by their side, and that is the most key thing. We how what is the how does this analogy play for us? We have to understand that we also have so many enemies in our heart: lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, and false ego. These are our enemies. They're constantly troubling us. Our mind is getting constantly unsettled with this. Oh, I did not get this pay raise. Oh, what to do about this? Like, I have so much less. Oh, they got so much there, right? Like many other things. Like, oh, why did they tell this to me? Why can't they behave nicely with me? False ego acting. And because of this, we are constantly in a turbulence. In our heart, we are not feeling good. But when we have Krishna by our side, then our battle will be won. If Krishna is by our side, then is in this battle of heart will no longer be a struggle. So if we feel the urgency for that mercy, then we have to strive for this. And then Krishna gives the blessing in the next verse, which I will just read. And this verse is very, very self-explanatory. So, is my screen visible, Amit Prabhu?
Yeah,
So,
it is visible.
visible, right? So, this verse it says, Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanir asopajayate prasanna chetaso hayashu buddhi paryavatishthate. It says, for one thus satisfied in Krishna consciousness, the threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. Do you remember what are the threefold miseries?
Yeah.
What are they?
Adi
Adi Adi Adi
Adi
Bhutik Adi Durga.
Yes.
Adi Devi.
So these three problems due to body and mind, problems due to other living entities, and problems due to natural disaster. The threefold miseries of material existence exist no longer. In such satisfied consciousness, one's intelligence is soon well established. What a blessing! In this verse, Srila Prabhupada did not even give a purport. ये तो अपने आप ही समझ जाएगा. So Krishna, Krishna is giving Krishna is giving us this particular blessing for this one. And who is that person who gets this blessing? A person who tries to give up rag and dvesh, a person who tries to give up attachment and hatred, a person who does not run after the sense gratification, vishay bhog, wish. Okay, so a person who controls himself, who becomes a jitendriya, and a person who has received the mercy. In the earlier verse, it said, right, prasadam adhigachati. So, so we have to somehow or other aspire to get this mercy, to get the complete mercy. And Krishna's mercy, how does it come? It comes from sincerity. Once mercy is there, we are completely protected. In the initial stage, it might seem like it is a big challenge holding on to Krishna's lotus feet, right? We are going through day to day struggles, right? It might be challenging at times. But if we do not leave and if we remain sincere, then it will happen. Avashay Rakshiba Krishna Vishwas Palanam. That is the power of this mercy. Hare Krishna. With that, I will conclude it here and we can take up if there are any questions. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी श्री रसिकानंद ठाकुर प्रभु की जय, श्री गौरांग कुटी भक्तवृंद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यः च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So any questions or any comments anyone has, then we can take it. Okay, if there is no question or comment, Amit Prabhu, you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhu. I mean, we always say about the four principles of regulative principle, but I just want them to know there is six principles of Sharanagati. So like then Atmanivedam and Pratiptava and trust in Krishna and rejecting which is not favorable to that person. What is the what is the importance of that? We always say about the flow principle, but we rarely mention these six things.
Yeah, so those six things which are there, right? दैन्य आत्मा निवेदन गोप्तृत्वे वरान अवश्य रक्षिबे कृष्ण विश्वास पालन भक्ति अनुकूल मात्र कार्जेर स्वीकार भक्ति प्रतिकूल भाव बर्जुन अंगीकार. These are the 6 principles which define a person's surrender. Okay. And what we are talking now is the regulative principles. These are the 4 regulative principles that we follow. Both of them are related. Of those 6 principles, one of the two of the principles are ভক্তি অনুকূল মাত্র কার্যের স্বীকার, ভক্তি প্রতিকূল ভাব বর্জন অঙ্গীকার. Bhakti anukul matra karjero shikar means accept those things that are favorable to bhakti and reject those things which are unfavorable to bhakti. Okay, rejecting those things, under rejecting those things which are unfavorable to bhakti, it is these principles come that okay, no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, and no intoxication. When we keep that, then what happens is we are trying to following this one limb of that Sharanagati. And one who follows all the 6 limbs, one who tries to sincerely follow all the 6 limbs of bhakti, what happens is there is a blessing for that. What is that blessing? Do you remember that, Prabhu? No?
I mean,
That is the
whoever maintained the, I mean, you said like whoever maintained these 6 principles, Krishna always behind his prayers.
yeah, Krishna listens to the prayer. Shadanga Sharanagati হইবে যাহার, তাহার প্রার্থনা শুনে Srinanda Kumar. So, and but we have to start somewhere, okay? Because dainyata will come when we try to follow those regulative principles. By following those regulative principles, when we are chanting, trying to chant sincerely, then dainyata will come. Okay, then our Atma Nivedana process will slowly start because we are trying to giving ourselves to following towards Krishna. And slowly, see, initially when we start our journey, we think we are only the controller. Okay, anything is there, like we only try to control all situation. We are only the boss in the situation. But slowly we understand that Krishna is the only maintainer. I am just an insignificant puppet in his hands. And when we give ourselves as a puppet in his hands, right, we are we are most blissful. We are satisfied in all our situation. To the extent that we try to become a boss in the situation, we do not have any peace. We can feel temporarily sense gratification through that, but we cannot be peaceful. But when we try to become in the mood of servant of the servant, then we become genuinely peaceful from within. We always feel the shelter. Hare Krishna. Does that answer your question, Prabhu? Okay. Anyone else has any other comments or questions? Okay. If no, then we can conclude here. And if you would like, then you can unmute and say Hari Bol, and then we can conclude seeking your blessings.
Hare
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Haribol.
Dandavat Pranam to all of you.
Pranam,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.